Welcome back, guys. So we are in the heifer barn this morning. You can probably hear the skid steer downstairs. It is clean out day. So if you guys are new to these videos, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Taylor and I work on a dairy farm in Maine. I make videos all about that. We have a separate barn for our milking cows, our dry cows, and our calves. They are all over in a barn that's about half a mile down the road. Where we are right now is our heifer barn. Not really sure how old this barn is. No one really knows. I would guess early 1900s. They used to actually milk some dry cows over here and keep calves over here and stuff. We stopped raising heifers for a while and started buying replacements because they're not happy, because you could find them everywhere. Recently it's been a struggle to find replacement heifers, so we've started up raising our own again, which brings us to why we're cleaning out today. So that was a long introduction, but I forgot my shovel, which is usually what I hoe out with, or shovel out with, I guess. The stalls down there, but I found this rake, so I guess that'll work. So let's head down there and see how dirty they are. Brent also wanted this duct tape for some reason, so. I just love this barn. I mean, it needs a lot of work, but when they built something, they really built it to last. Those windows need to be replaced. The whole corner got replaced a couple years ago because it had a lot of water damage to it, but she's old, but still good. So we got the Kubota over here with the bucket. We were gonna bring the manure spreader, but honestly it's a pain to hook onto it, so we're just gonna take the good manure out and dump it on the cornfield, and then we're gonna take all the hay that they usually waste and we're gonna put it in the bucket last and take it back to the manure pit just to let that break down. We have a pile right here that's breaking down. It's got some plastic in it that I need to take back and put in the dumpster, but that's been breaking down for a while, so once that's all broken down, we'll bucket that into the manure spreader and probably spread it right here. All right. You girls made a pretty big mess this time, didn't ya? Yeah. Oh, I meant to show you guys, they already completely ate that entire tub of that protein tub that we got them. So it's time to get them another one. Heifers is it never seems to matter what you do, they always crawl in a stall backwards and poop where their head should be. I don't even know how they get in one of these stalls and turn around. They must have to back into it. It's diabolical. I don't even think it's possible to keep them from doing that. I know, if you took this actual part of the barn down. You don't believe how good this wall is up here. I know. The cement up there is perfect. It'd be sad to see the barn go, but it costs so much to keep one of them up now. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it would get too expensive to keep up.
Yeah.
Like $100,000 kind of.
Oh, yeah. You could probably spend $100,000 on this faster than you could blink. What do you want me to do with this tub?
What?
What do you want me to do with this tub that they finished?
Just take it outside here.
Okay.
Alright.
We'll just store it right there in the old pump house.
Okay.
Yep.
Huh?
Yep.
All right.
That Jersey right there is our youngest one up here. And that's JoJo, my girl. Joe, what are you doing? Hey, baby. Because that was necessary. So there are 8 heifers down here right now, I think. 1, 2, yeah, 8 heifers down here. 3 of which are going to be ready to go over into the main barn to get bred. Probably early this winter or late this fall. Well, it's already fall, but probably early this winter. That Jersey is one of them. And this pretty red one right here, that pretty, actually 4. Her and her are about the same size. The tall one that's standing behind JoJo. These are our Normandy crosses. Hi. Something that we have found with the Normandy crosses is that they don't grow as fast as other breeds. I don't think they're going to be as tall anyway. Normandy is a pretty short, squat little cow. They're pretty big bodied, but they're not very tall. So I don't think they're going to be super huge cows anyway, but it does take them a long time to reach that point. The Jerseys actually seem to grow a lot faster than them, which is a little strange. But they are supposed to be super hardy cows with high butter fat, so that's really what we were looking for. One more bucket and then we can pull up here with the Kubota. This is all of the sawdust and actual manure. Everything that he's been taking out is hay, which is a lot more than we thought there would be. So we're not gonna be taking that back. Obviously that's more than 1 bucket load. So we'll have to either come back with the spreader, put it in the spreader and spread it into the pit. We can't spread it on grassland because that would come out too clumpy and it would end up killing grass in certain areas. The girls are not happy because on clean out day, they get fed after we clean out instead of early in the morning, you know, like we usually would. They get fed after because if we feed them now, they'll be right in the way and they won't want to move from where he has to clean up all the hay that they've wasted trying to keep them clean, and they just act like we're in their way. But that's why they don't get fed beforehand. These 3 right here are the ones that are going to be going over. That tall one, the Jersey, and the one ahead of her. Nope, wrong way, girlfriend. this. A lot of you guys say that that noise is very annoying, and I agree, it is very frustrating. I actually bent out the guard so that it wasn't hitting the pipe anymore, and then after I did that, the weld that keeps it away from the pipe must have been a little bit weak, and it snapped right off. So now it just hits on it anyway because there's nothing to hold it away from it, so it just jiggles on it.
down here. I'll put the rest on the floor.
What are you doing? So it has been a couple days. I gotta move somewhere where there's a little bit more light over here. There, that's better. So it's been 2 days since we finished cleaning out the heifer barn. I was gonna finish this video yesterday, but yesterday was a terrible day. I'm not gonna lie. It was a really, really bad day for me. So what happened was yesterday morning, Brent went to get in the cows like he always does. He gets on the four-wheeler and he goes out and he rounds them up from pasture. And he found one lying down dead. So he had me come out with him. Usually he goes alone. I stay here and run the wash and get the milk room ready and everything. Get their cornmeal ready, bed the cows, just get it ready in general for the cows to come inside while he's going to get them. So he came back and got me and brought me out to see who it was because he couldn't tell who it was. And unfortunately, it was one of my cows. So I have about 6 or 7 cows here, and it was my best and one of my favorite cows. So it was Maggie. I have introduced her to you guys before. She was a 4, almost 5-year-old Holstein that I had raised from a baby. Her mother, who we still have, we had bought, and she came with a calf, which would have been Maggie. And I raised her and coddled her, and she was just one of my favorite cows. So it was a really bad day. And yeah, so we don't really know what happened. She was kind of laying out in the pasture, not really on a hill, but like at the bottom of a hill. So we thought maybe she'd had trouble getting up or something, but there was no marks like she had tried getting up, and we've never had trouble with her in here. A tie stall is notoriously one of the hardest places for a cow who has trouble getting up to get up, and we never had any trouble with her at all.
So that wasn't the case because, like I said, there was no marks on the ground. A cow that's trying to get up will struggle so much she'll thrash and she'll cut like scrapes in the ground, either with her head or just plain scrape the ground with her hooves. There was no sign that she struggled at all. It was just like she laid down, or even like she was walking. It was even a weird place for her to have laid down. It didn't even look like she'd laid down. It literally looked like she just walked down into the pasture, and on her way down into the pasture, like she just dropped and died. The kicker to all of this is, as if that wasn't bad enough, we just found out with our last preg check that she was 2 months bred. Sometimes the vet can tell you if it's a bull or a heifer. I'm assuming it's if they're laying just right and he happens to be able to, you know, see that actually. Sometimes he can tell you that. So she was 2 months bred with a heifer. She was the only one that he said for sure was a heifer. So she would have been a shorthorn, one of the new shorthorn bull's calves. And so basically I lost 2 calves. I lost Maggie and also her calf, which would have been a great calf for us to raise. And then you have to look at the money side of it. She was about a $2,500 cow. She was one of the nicest Holsteins in here. I was really super proud of her. Just, I don't know, she was just, it was really exciting to have raised a cow that was so good. And yeah, I've been really depressed the last day, so that's why I didn't finish filming. But I did just want to share that with you guys because it's not all sunshine and happiness all the time. Farming is hard, and there's always that element of the unexpected. Like, there's nothing we could have done. She didn't act strange at all. She came in that night before that, and I remember exactly where she was because I had checked her because she was right next to a dry cow. I wanted to make sure that I hadn't skipped her. I wanted to make sure that I had milked her. And she was fine. She was absolutely fine. She was perfect. And then the next morning, she was just gone. So, and we haven't had any trouble with anybody else. No trouble with her ever. She hadn't had so much as a cough, no mastitis, just one of the healthiest cows. Young, especially for here, almost 5 years old. She was bred with her 3rd calf. She'd already had 2. So yeah, it's just the way it goes. Sometimes you can't control everything. You can't watch them all the time, especially when they go out to pasture. And it's just one of those things where it probably wouldn't have mattered. She may have had something wrong with her internally and may have just been a ticking time bomb, and she was gonna go eventually. It was just her time. Like I said, there seems to be absolutely nothing wrong with her other than the fact that she just dropped dead. She didn't have any issues, but it must go on. So now I'm looking for cows and calves and stuff to kind of get that back a little bit. I was so excited that I'd gotten up to like 6 or 7 cows, and then that had to happen and be my best one and my favorite one, right, Patty? She said, I'm still here and you still love me. Yes, you're right. So that is where Brent is right now. I'm finishing up milking while he takes care of her. He's taking her out to bury her, which I really appreciate because I didn't really want to have to be the one to do that. It would have been really hard. So I'm sorry to end this on a sad note, but I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really do enjoy sharing our days with you guys. So if you did, please don't forget to like and comment down below. And subscribe, of course, if you haven't already done that. Keep it real, keep farming, keep your chin up, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.